heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha Sharda, would like to thank all of you for watching my videos, writing in your comments, and your suggestions. Today, we are going to talk about the monthly transit of Sun into Sagittarius and all the accompanying things that we see around with it. As we start, let me tell you with pleasure that we have also have a Spotify channel on which, if you want, you can listen to the videos, not just this video but many other videos that I have been uploading over there. And we also have a courses for the new year starting, so if you're interested in any of the courses in Hindi or English, do contact us on our WhatsApp number and on the our website. You can go to our website to check them. So, today we are going to talk about the transit of Sun in Sagittarius and the implications that it holds for us. Before we move into that area, let us have a quick glance over what is the situation on the date, on the time when Sun transits. We're taking the Kalpurush Kundli to begin with. First thing that comes to our mind is most of the planet are within the Rahu Ketu axis. So that is, and we see that most of the planets are concentrated in the second half of the zodiac, that is from Libra to the Pisces. One. Second part is that Mesh or Aries is under a lot of stress because Mars and Rahu, both of them from each side, though Mars is a Lagna lord, but it is also a malefic, and we can say that there is this pressure of the self also on the person, so it's in a Pap Kartari Yog. We will see how this leaves an implication, what that means for every Lagna. And last but not the least, that in the 10th house of the natural zodiac is Jupiter, which is right behind Saturn. So there's an faster moving planet behind a slower moving planet, which is pushing it to give, to deliver its best. So, with this in mind, let us start and know what it holds for the Aries Lagna. For the Aries Lagna, it means that the person himself or herself would be under a lot of confinement, can feel claustrophobic, and the person can feel that there is so much that the person would be able to do, but due to certain trying circumstances, the person is not able to achieve his or her potential. There would definitely be a growth on basis of very strong principles and changes that one can see in business opportunities because of this ninth lord and the 12th lord posited in the 10th house, that is Jupiter. Because it is Jupiter, it also means that you would have to spend a lot of money, or probably some amount of money, also because Saturn is not only aspecting the house that it is the karaka of, that is the 12th house Pisces, but it is also aspecting the Lagna lord. So it is making you a little melancholy, little apprehensive, but it will also make sure that you take your steps with a lot of caution. Again, when every all the planets are under a Rahu Ketu axis, so the part of your life that is more professional, more visible, will be more active than your personal life, and the need of the day is to strike a balance between your personal life and a professional life. This is important for you. Also, Venus being the second lord and the seventh lord in the eighth house, the chances of your spouse earning more money would be great, and it is with Mercury. So there can be finances that can be pouring it, but you would all of a sudden, but you need to pay more attention, put in a lot of hard work to get those finances. With the sun and the moon together in the ninth house, it is a great time to intensify your sadhana. Venus represents the mother goddess, and with Ketu, this is a time when you call upon the mother goddess to deliver you, because the Lagna lord is under the Lagna is under a little bit of pressure, and she will definitely do the needful for you. So as a remedial, it's good to call onto the mother goddess to help you sail this period through smoothly, because the professional front is undergoing change and the personal front is feeling a little claustrophobic about the entire thing. When we talk about the Taurus Lagna. For the Taurus Lagna, the Lagna has Rahu, and we've been talking about it for quite some time now, because Rahu is here to stay for 1.5 months. You are undergoing a lot of changes in life. There is a lot of things which are in a flux all of a sudden for you, and you are facing problems from left, right, center, and you sometimes you're at sea because you do not know how to handle them, because being a Taurus Lagna, being a fixed Lagna person, where the moon gets exalted, your ideas of doing things is very fixated. So, change in your ideas is something that you need to look for, because moon, as a planet of this month, especially because as a third lord, which is about your subconscious mind, with sun in the eighth house, tells you that this is a period of change and transformation from the very basic level, because moon is also in the Mula nakshatra. As moon moves up, it is a faster moving planet, we will see that these changes will, but during on the 16th, when the moon and the sun are both in this nakshatra, it's advisable that you definitely take stock of the fact that there is a need for change, and you do have the ability to bring about a fundamental transformation. This very thought will help you through. Again, the 12th lord and the 12th house is under a lot of pressure, though the benefic Jupiter also casts its shadow with Saturn together on it. But being under a lot of pressure, your finances could be a little on a tight front. So have a very strong hold on your finances. You could be spending more than you are willing, because Mars is also in the 12th house of the natural zodiac, where fun and frolic and spending and thrive is something that comes very naturally. So don't go overboard. Keep a strong check on your finances, and keep a strong check on your need to go out and make merry. That is something that is very important for you. Again, in the seventh house, we find your second and fifth lord, Mercury. So, with Ketu, so worshipping Lord Ganesha for you can be a great remedy in these times. Moving further to Gemini. In the Gemini, further Gemini Lagna, the house of finance is under a lot of pressure. And from the eighth house, Mars is being aspected. That is, the Lord of Finance for you is aspected by Saturn from the eighth house. As Saturn is a very potential planet here, it is also sitting with the 10th Lord for you, and it is also sitting with the seventh Lord. The seventh Lord is quite powerful at the moment because it is in the Ittisala with Saturn. So it pushes one to spend on they spend their money on on business purposes, to establish yourself, and sudden problems can arise, sudden obstacles can arise for you on account of your finances, because Rahu is sitting in the 12th house for you, and the house of finances is very strongly disturbed at the moment. So this is something that one needs to be very careful about. Anticipate your finances to the full, and do not anticipate all your gains. This will help you maintain a budget about yourself. Also, in the eighth house, when there is a 10th lord along with the eighth lord, it's a definition that there is a change. There can be change in your personal relationships. There can be you could be undergoing change in your professional relationships also. And this year sees a major change in your business activities. So it is important right at the beginning to sort out a change, because the next transit that comes is again that we had experienced last year in December, the confluence of planets in Capricorn sign, and that is a business sign that could be a beginning of a new era for business. So these changes are very important that are coming your way, And do not resist change, because when Saturn, the Karmkaraka, and Jupiter, the one that is giving you the ideas to change, are working together in your house of change, change is bound to happen. They will be triggered not only this month, but on a full level, full blown level next month. So start accepting the change, and next month you can start implementing them. For you, it is very important to remember uh, Hanumanji, or Lord Hanuman, because Saturn on a Saturday, especially because Saturn is sitting in your eighth house of devotion and bhakti with Jupiter, which is again an airy planet. So once you do that, and the Saturn also aspects Mars, helping you, the Pavan Putra, Vayu Putra will help you sail out this period, albeit with acceptance only. And another thing is that we should know not to resist or not to be too stubborn with our children, because the fifth lord and the fourth lord moves into the sixth house. So if you do not want obstacles, you do not want unnecessary fights or cases with children and family members, best not to put forward a very staunch or a very superior kind of a front in with them. For the Cancer Lagna, the 10th house of profession can be a little under pressure, and uh, the fifth house of children shows, because it's also it tenanted by the third lord and the 12th lord, so they can be short journeys, and your children can be anticipating some change in their education life, in their growth, or for that matter they can want to go away out of home. This is still the time when the corona cases are rising, but we are getting well again. Do listen to what they have to say, give heed to their preferences also. This will help you come to a certain conclusions with them also. As far as your workplace is concerned, yes, there will be strains, there will be constraints, but there will also be money pouring in, because this Jupiter is also aspecting the 11th house. And when Jupiter aspects the 11th house, for which it is a karaka, it really does remit a lot of goodness there. But it is Rahu, so you are most likely to get it from foreign shores or at unexpected times. Again, Mars, which is your yoga karaka, is in the ninth house, and it is also your 10th lord and the fifth lord being associated it in a trine. So it makes you want to develop your skills properly. Once you've developed those skills properly, because it's also in the Revati nakshatra, and gently be, the key word here is be gentle with people, and you will be able to harness a lot of, take up good suggestions from professionals, because it's the 10th lord and fifth house of advice, and you will be able to overcome the obstacles of your business. Again, the fifth house for you, or the ninth house for you, has Mars. It is a good time, as I would say, the fifth house has Venus and Mercury. The small form of Ganesha, the cute form of Ganesha or Bal Hanuman, if you would be able to remember and pray to them, they had, in fact, Hanumanji had a lot of energy as a child. So if you can pray to him, he would be able to deliver you from that cause. When we talk about the Leo Lagna, for the Leo Lagna, the sixth house is very strong. Sixth house is house of obstacles. Sixth house is the house of health, and the sixth house is also the house of earning money and openings in the world of commerce. The 10th house, the ninth house is also under a lot of pressure by Mars and Rahu on two either sides, moving towards the ninth house, causing a Pap Kartari Yoga, and Ketu and Venus and Mercury, with Mercury in the fourth house, can give you a lot of pleasures, can bring in friends and family into home, though we may say that it's corona time, but that will also bring in a lot of happiness and contentment at the family front, wherein you can also show in your talents. With while speaking about the sixth house of Saturn and Jupiter being placed there, Jupiter being your eighth lord and also being your fifth lord, it is a time when you should not show resistance, when you should not feel that your partners are trying to oppose you, curb you down from moving ahead and discussing your ideas or working on certain levels. So as far as possible, as amiably as possible, work on those grounds, and you will do good in this month because Jupiter is behind. This means that you will be able to do a good job for yourself. Um, when Mars is in the eighth house for you as being the yoga karak, then it is a time when you will be able to earn a good money. It is a time when money will actually come from a different source. Again, in the Swati nakshatra, in the Revati nakshatra, it gives you an ability to change your habits because it's the ninth lord and it moves you towards a lot of internal peace and internal guidance in the eighth house. This is your Ishtadevta. It will also give you a ability to direct your practices on a certain level. So if you are willing and if you want to have show faith, then this month is more about having faith in your Ishtadevata and going ahead with your practices because the ninth lord is your Ishtadevata. Again, as I said, because the eighth lord is in the sixth house, it causes a Viprit Raj Yoga, and with the sixth lord also in the sixth house, very strong Viprit Raj Yoga is uh, created. This will help you grow. So there will be pressures, there will be triumphs, but ultimately the result would be in your favor, where you will experience growth because the sixth house is also an Upache house. And with Rahu in your 10th house, the growth will be sudden, but in a very different direction. And it will give you some money, some opening. When we talk about the Virgo Lagna, for the Virgo Lagna, it is your eighth house, which is under stress. And it is Mars, which is sitting in the seventh house, and Rahu from the ninth house. So there can be excessive pressure of studies. They can also be pressure of putting up a good show for you. So and there can be pressure from your spouse, from your partners, that will make you react under certain circumstances. Again, as I repeat, Mars being in Revati gives you an ability to be gentle, because this is a if I can put it like that, it can be a very very difficult combination, but at the same time it is a very soothing combination, because though Mars is a very aggressive planet in Revati Nakshatra, under the influence of Pushan, it can be gentle, it can be guiding. So you do have a guiding force. It's just that you need to work on that potential at the moment. Mars is also the lord of your third house, which is the house of doings, and being in the seventh house, uh, you would be prompted by your actions to do great things for putting up on the public front. So be very aware of that. Also, the 11th lord along with the 12th lord is in the fourth house, so it gives you an opportunity to connect with people on a lot of levels for yourself, and that could be on a very basic, from very basic levels also. So try to explore that area of life also. You can do it right sitting there at home, because that's what the pandemic is allowing us to do at the moment, any which ways. And with the fifth lord, the fourth lord, and the seventh lord being in the fifth house, this is probably one of a very, very good times for you, because Saturn and Jupiter conjunct together in your fifth house, which is that for your children it could be a very constructive time. For your creativity it could be a very constructive time, as Saturn is your fifth lord and as Venus as your ninth lord. So it is the time when you worship the older form of Devi, the Annapurna, and ask her for assistance, wherein you can be a guiding force rather than a pushing force and being aggressive. That will help you a lot. It could also do you good to worship the Devi in the Samya, or the or the more gentle roop of Durga here, because Rahu also happens to be in your ninth house on a Wednesday, that yields good results for you. Giving alms to, in fact, you can also meditate. In fact, you can also meditate on the Devi, and she will also yield good results. The power that the eighth house is under a lot of stress would also be taken away. And giving alms, because the 12th lord is in the fourth house in Mula Nakshatra, giving alms on Saturday again or Sunday will be good for you. When we talk about the Libra ascendant, for the Libra ascendant, the lord of the Libra ascendant is in the second house to itself, that is Venus is in Scorpio, and the seventh house is under a lot of stress. It is the first house of the Lagna, so it is on 1 7 axis that you're feeling a lot of stress, because the Lagna lord is also with Ketu. So there's a lot of apprehension that you might be feeling. At the same time, v- uh, you could be getting a lot of ideas, you could be getting a lot of purvabhas or a lot of intuitions. Pay heed to your intuitions, they're good for you. The fourth lord and the third lord in the fourth house means short travels or change of home, or short travels for home, and constructive use of your time for home can also be experienced. Also, fourth house denotes people, masses. Fourth house denotes home, mother, and fourth lord, your mother, could also feel certain issues or problems with their legs or their knees. So this is the time when you need to pay attention to that. Again, your mother could, or your home could be seeing certain amount of constructive expansion, or you could be thinking on those levels. This is a good time to spend money on home, also on home and on friends. This is a time to think from a very basic level on how to work your finances for the next coming year. Once you get your finances straight and your work ability straight, you will be set for the next coming year, because the next year definitely brings in a lot of good things your way. Again, as we see that as I repeated, that Venus is the lord of your eighth house, and it is harboring Rahu. Venus is also your Lagna Lord. So, definitely a lot of changes will go your way, and you should be able to adapt to those changes during this month specifically, because Venus also happens to be on your Rahu Ketu axis. For your worship, it is best suited that you pay attention, pay a close call to Ganeshji, and also the fact that Saturn, which is your lord of the fifth house and also the lord sitting with Jupiter in the fourth house, um, meditating or being emotional or having an emotional connect with your deity will definitely yield greater results. It is also about connecting to the Advait or the Brahma if it is possible for you. Then you would be able to do a better job. Let's move on to the Scorpio Lagna. For the Scorpio Lagna, the entire Rahu Ketu axis and the entire gamut of emotions that we see happens on the Lagna. The 12th Lord, the 8th Lord, and the 11th lord all on the Lagna. The 8th and the 11th does show problems relating to health, and the 8th and the 11th also show strange and very sudden incomes. With Rahu in the 7th house, there are chances that you can associate with foreigners, and you can also get a lot of unexpected incomes from that level, though you will have to work real hard, with Saturn being the third lord and the fourth lord associated with the second and the fifth lord, the planet of luck for you. As Jupiter and Mercury together form the planet of value for you, it is a time when your hard work, when your own initiatives, and your ability to foresee and undergo change, not be very adamant about certain things, because Ketu is in the Lagna for you. It is also in Jeshta Nakshatra, where the Lord of Jeshta Nakshatra, Mercury, is sitting right there in the Lagna for you. So your ability to impose your will, be very strong about what you want can be seen. I would like to put in a word of caution here. There are chances that you could be pulled towards addictions. There are chances that you could be pulled towards doing things that can be unsavory and can lead you to a lot of problems in life. Gently, very gently undergo a lot of changes within your own self. Ask, question your own intelligence at this point, whether what you do is on the right path or not, and do put this forward in front of your ishta devata, and you will be guided to a safe place, because your ninth lord is sitting in the second house in the Mula Nakshatra. So the very basic instincts that you feel about your work, about your money, about your ability to be guided by your instincts can be seen. You could also see a lot of your mental makeup breaking off in terms of certain value systems that you have this month. But that is good, because this will help you undergo a lot of change without much resistance. Do not be do not be taken in by sweet talk of others. This is a time when you need to do your own set of analysis, undergo your own changes, your own perceptions, and changes in your perceptions by careful analysis and by doing a lot of research. This will help you gain a lot of wealth. Also, don't be on a lookout for a partner who will help you through a lot of things, or who will help you garner a lot of information or a lot of money. Do your work properly, because you know that what you seek, as Rumi says, what you seeks you. So work will definitely come to you in one form or the other. While we are on the note of talking about worshipping or a remedy, the best form that I can talk about or tell you here is to worship, uh, to do a lot of work, a lot of physical work, and be very ethical, and do service to children, young children, teach them, guide them, or in all probabilities, donate to a charitable cause relating to very poor or underprivileged ladies. That will be a right work to do for you. As we move forward to the Sagittarius Lagna, for the Sagittarius Lagna, the Lagna Lord, though seems debilitated, but the ninth Lord and the eighth Lord is sitting in the Lagna for you. And the dispositor is Jupiter, sitting with the second Lord, aspecting the eighth house of money, of loans, of inheritance. So there are chances that you could be inheriting something on your behalf, though it may not be a lot of amount, and it can you can inherit from your mother also. With sun, the ninth lord, in the Mula Nakshatra for you, this is a time when lot of changes would be happening, and you would have the ability to adapt to a new normal. Your mind is open to any change that you want to see in your life, and any change that comes to you. The problem with us is that we are so jaded, and we have a fixed mind frame that does not allow us to accept anything or any change. But for the dual sign of Sagittarius, the best part is moon rules the eighth house, and mind is changing, and it's a movable sign. So for them, adaptation to changes can be, especially if their moon happens to be in a movable sign, then adaptation to changes is very, very easy for such people. And now, with moon being in a dual sign in the Mula Nakshatra, for you to undergo changes in your own behavioral patterns, except when the sun sits on the lagna, for anybody in such a case, it is a new rising, especially where if sun is your fifth lord, ninth lord, or a kendra lord also. In such a case, this is a new journey begins for you. It's a solar journey beginning all over again for you, and you can put in a lot of effort to change yourself. Again, Saturn and Jupiter in the second house for you, constructive ways of learning. This is something that the people who are studying, the students can undergo in great ways. They just need to be disciplined, they need to be focused, because it is in the Uttarashada Nakshatra, where doing it on your own with firm belief and conviction in your ideas will help you gain grounds. For those who are earning, looking after a family, looking after marriage can be a little difficult, because this is a nakshatra that does not give in much of a pairing. But looking after a family, yes, because the Vishwadevtas look after the entire universe. As far as earning is concerned, constructive earning is again a good thing that you can do, and you can secure in a lot of your finances with the fourth lord again sitting for you, fifth lord sitting for you in the fourth house. Your skill building definitely will give you a lot of name and intelligence. You do have the ability to become supreme in your art this month, putting in a lot of effort, that is, but you do and will reach that point. With sun and moon in your ascendant and they representing your Ishtadevata, um, it is it is a good time to connect with your own self, the inner devata that you feel, your Ishtadevata, who will guide you through thick and thin. And doing constant, because it's the ninth house of the natural zodiac, constant remembrance, namsparan as it is known, is the key to come out of any blockages of the mind that you may feel is there for you. For Capricorn Lagna, another good time, because the 12th Lord is sitting in the Lagna. So, yes, you might be spending, but you might also be accumulating, because the Lagna Lord is aspecting Mars in the third house, which is also the ruler of the fourth house. Short journeys this month is definitely a prediction for you, and this is also a time when you will be putting in a lot of thought about your ideas. Yes, you are brimming with ideas, you're brimming with skills, but the way to put them into action and the direction would now become more clear for you. With Jupiter, with Rahu in your fifth house, your ability to do crisis management all of a sudden will be booming at its best. And if you're not adapt to it, if you're looking for others for help, it's a good time that you stop looking for others for help, knowing that you're capable enough, resilient enough to undergo any of the crisis that comes up front for you, um, especially on the family front. And a professional front, if you pay a little heed and attention, you are good to be able to accumulate some finances which you which are hidden, or places, or from places that you're still not aware of. Mercury being your sixth lord in your 11th house, and also being your ninth lord in your 11th house, taking the counsel of people who are elder to you, or people who are professionally more qualified than you, will help you uh, redeem certain finances that you had not thought for before. When we talk about the remedial measure that you can do, this remedial measure is more in terms of constructive thinking. And again, as I said, as far as remedial measure is concerned, as I said, for Sagittarius Lagna, you can also connect with your inner self, inner Brahma, and worshipping the Devi on a Wednesday is something that will help you overcome obstacles. Durga also means the one who gives you an ability to overcome obstacles. So, worshipping the Devi in the form of Durga, so that your path becomes more flawless, and rather a path that you can use those very boulders on the road as stepping stones for yourself, would be more compliant with the times. As we move forward, for the Aquarius Lagna, the Lagna Lord and the 11th Lord in the 12th house, aspecting the third Lord in the second house, and the third house under a lot of stress. Your relationships with your siblings, with your friends, do need a good lookup. Your spending habits need to be curbed, whereas your earnings need to find a direction. It is a good time for you to do long term investments. Put your money safely under long term plans, so that you don't end up spending on frivolous things. It is a time when you need to be very constructive about your anger, your boldness, about the way you speak, because that can cause a lot of problems in this particular month for you. You, as we see, is the sixth lord in the 11th house in Mula Nakshatra, can create problems for you in public forums or otherwise, if you are not aware of the language, the type of language that you use, and would want to continue superimposing yourself on others, because the seventh lord also is in Mula Nakshatra in the 11th house. So keeping our heads low, working towards a safe, because this can also mean that there's a little bit of unrestlessness, or sorry, restlessness for you, because the third house is under pressure and the fourth house is also under pressure. So that is peace of mind, and restlessness of the mind can be seen very clearly. So uh, there is a distinct need to keep your voice low, and your tongue absolutely within the teeth, because that will help you restrain yourself from talking to others in a very rude manner. Again, Saturn, Jupiter in the 11th house, that's the 12th house. That's a good time for doing a lot of spiritual journey within. This is also a good time to give to charities, because it's the second lord in the 12th house. It is also a good time when you can garner finances from abroad. So strategize and do things to get finances from abroad. So when Jupiter, when your planet of value, Jupiter, actually moves in on your lagna next year, or rather in the coming months, we'll see when Jupiter becomes atichari and moves over your lagna, it will definitely give certain benefits to you. So before it does that, be constructive in your planning. That is more required. Don't jump haphazardly, because the second house, Mars, will give you plans, will show you money abilities, but don't jump into it very fast. Again, for a remedial, the connect with the 4 and the 12 of Rahu, Saturn, and Jupiter gives a very strong indication of doing homam, or giving danam rather, to the poor, to people uh, who are deserving, yet who do not get that. So go out of your way to give uh, alms donations to people whom you do not know, whom you're not aware of, and yet who need it the most. That is something that will also bring you a lot of peace and happiness. Finally, we move on to Pisces. When we move on to the Pisces Lagna, um, we see that the Lagna Lord, the 11th Lord, though debilitated, is in Ittisala in the 11th house with the 11th Lord. Nothing better to garner money from your profession. And the second Lord and the ninth Lord in the Lagna. Well, this is a time, though your second house is under pressure, though your Lagna is under a little bit of pressure, but then it is a good period. So I would say when the 12 signs end, that all well that ends well. Though we started off on a very trepid footing for the Aries Lagna, but this is a good period coming up for the Pisces Lagna. In such a case, these people are bound to make the best of a very, very weak situation. They will be charged, because the Lagna is also aspected by Saturn, which has a restrictive power to this Mars, which is raring to go with its skills and its ability to guide others. There will be a guiding factor, and yet there will be a factor which will help you move ahead in a very constructive manner. With your ninth house having Ketu, it is a good place when you will be able to associate yourself with your guru from a very distinct past life or a past, because Ketu there is good. At the same time, with Venus and Mercury, uh, so your spouse could also find inclination this month into doing some sadhana, or into moving into understanding certain bit of occult. Venus here with Ketu might trigger off your instincts, because Venus is also the eighth lord, your instinctual yearning towards the Devi to take you in her, um, you know, under her security, and give you a lot of love and affection. So, understanding what the mother of the universe, because the ascendant yourself, your ascendant itself, covers a lot of the paranormal and the universal forces. So once you understand the universal forces, or you move towards an surrender, a ability to surrender, you will find that this month will actually bring you a lot of grace for from unexpected quarters. So the few things that we need to understand is that Mars will definitely move ahead into its own sign and will change a lot of things for you as as the month proceeds. So this will have a different effect for you, but at the same time, Rahu will remain, Ketu will remain, Saturn and Jupiter are going to be in their places. So these forces will remain static, but just few things like a few planets like Venus, Mercury, Moon, all the time definitely, and Mars changing signs. So there will be a change. If you're feeling under weather, it's just a matter of days when things will change. Be happy and do write into us how you found your lagna working for you at the end of the month, so that we can be prepared to bring in more such transit videos for you. Till we meet with you again, stay safe, be happy. Thank you.